We had some cloud cover earlier across Arkansas. That kept temperatures a little bit on the cooler side, but still it's going to be turning very warm, turning hot here these next several days. That's really the weather impact here over the next 7 days. Rising temperatures this weekend heading into Sunday, but also beyond heading into that week just before the 4th of July. And as we kind of work our way, though, into tonight, we'll see some of those clouds start to kind of clear across the region. We're going to be drying out some of those lingering showers and storms across northern Arkansas. We start to get rid of those, and we'll see our overnight lows fall into the 70s there overnight with that light wind out of the south-southwest. Then again, in tomorrow, we'll start to see mostly sunny conditions there. A hot heat index near 105 there. The actual air temperature, when you take out the humidity out of the equation, calling about mid-90s. So it's definitely going to be a hot one out there. Not as much cloud cover. We'll call it mostly sunny. Make sure we're staying hydrated out there because we have a heat advisory in effect there across the Arkansas River Valley down through Little Rock and all of eastern Arkansas for heat index values between 105 and even a little bit hotter than that throughout not just Sunday, but also the large majority of this week. We'll have more of those details about the heat coming up here in just minutes.
Good Saturday evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tanya Modersitzki. Tamara Knight has the evening off, but tonight we have to start with some developing news. Jacksonville police are investigating a homicide that happened last night around 7:30. Police say it happened in the 300 block of Spruce. When investigators arrived to the scene, they say they found a man dead from a gunshot wound. Police say this is an ongoing investigation. And on Facebook, City Councilor Chanika McCoy took to a post saying enough is enough and is shifting the next community conversations meeting to address gun violence in the city. Now, earlier this morning, St. Mark Baptist Church in Little Rock opened its doors for the first Hope of the Block cookout. Now, it kicks off the church's annual summer efforts to give back to the community. Inside the Outreach Center, it was a full house. Those in need received a variety of free resources, including hot meals, clothing, health screenings, and haircuts. Pastor Alan Graves says the event is aimed at meeting people where they are.
The reason why we do this is because of our faith. We believe in Matthew 25:40, which says, what you do to the least of, you do the same unto Christ. And what we have to do as people of faith is make sure our faith is not only limited to the church, but we're able to meet the entire needs of the world. Our pastor, Dr. Pointer, says, you can't consider yourself spiritual if you yourself are not social. And so we want to be a blessing as people of faith to those who are in need because of our faith.
Pastor Graves says more than 50 volunteers from church members to local residents stepped up to help. He says this is just the first of several community outreach events planned for the year. And radio operators here in Arkansas came together earlier today for the annual event focused on communications and emergency readiness. Field Day gave participants the chance to show how they connected even without traditional power or cell service.
QSL to 1 Charlie, did you say India Lima, Roger? QSL.
So we are set up for ARRL Field Day, that's the American Radio Relay League. Field Day is the 4th full weekend in June, and the purpose is to kind of practice emergency preparedness and setups. People operate from their home on regular power all the way to emergency power like we are doing here in a public place. And they've turned it into a contest, so we do make contacts and get points for it, but the overall premise is just practice for emergency communication.
Beautiful. Man, your signal's awesome. Please copy 1 Alpha Alpha Romeo.
Ham radio works when all other communications fail. Cell phones, satellite, it will still work. All you need is a radio, something to power it, and an antenna, which can be as simple as a piece of wire. It's pretty incredible what you can do with ham radio. And there's all different ways to get involved, whether it's voice operations, which is my personal favorite. There's CW, Morse code, and there's even digital options now that are done with no talking at all, and it's through a computer.
Kilo Yankee 4 Bravo.
So I've been licensed since I was 11. So I've seen people licensed at 5 or 6 years old. You just have to study a little bit and you can pass your test.
CQ Field Day, CQ.
So if they had a disaster somewhere, which they do, a lot of hams, all these disasters have come around, the hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff, the hams are there to help them, because a lot of times if it takes out the cell tower or some of the pedestals on the ground for the phone system, you don't have phones. And I always tell my wife, I say, that phone's pretty worthless to me because I can get on the radio and talk to you anytime I want to.
Delta, Mike Oscar, thanks my friend, 73s. There's a station starting with Alpha Alpha.
Volunteers are needed to help clean up one of Arkansas's most popular outdoor spots. Buffalo National River Partners is hosting its annual Upper River Cleanup on Thursday, July 9th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Tyler Bend Pavilion. Now, organizers say the event includes a 5.5 float from Tyler Bend to Gilbert, and a limited number of canoes will be provided. Volunteers or participants are asked to bring lunch, gear, and any other supplies they may need. Now sign up online to take part before spots fill up. And the Arkansas Folk Festival is underway in North Little Rock, bringing music, food, and culture to the riverfront. The three-day event kicked off Friday and continues through tonight. Well, it should be ending right about now, with crowds enjoying the celebration. Live music, local artists, and cultural performances are all part of this year's Arkansas Folk Festival. Organizers say it's more than 50 artists and vendors that are taking part of everything from handmade crafts to local food and drinks. The festival also highlights Arkansas traditions with performances ranging from Delta gospel to storytelling and educational programs. Crowds can expect a full weekend experience with headlining performances and activities continuing along the riverfront in North Little Rock.
We've got so much going on. It's the best of Arkansas music, food, dance, craft, and community. Everything from cooking demonstrations of iconic Arkansas foods. We had a panel on cheese dip. We get to claim cheese dip. We've got all sorts of artists. Willie Carlisle just got done on the stage with his giant puppets, and we're gearing up. Nick Shoulders is next, and we're headed toward Lucinda Williams tonight. Everybody's excited about that.
Folk Festival organizers are saying Little Rock Festival lovers can expect a full weekend experience with headlining performances and activities continuing along the riverfront in North Little Rock. And you know us, we try to dig into stories, but tonight we're going to burrow into this one. When a family in Conway moved a donkey to their property along a nearby park and trail, Darius quickly became a hit, but the problem is he has a big mouth and his bray had neighbors saying, "Take him away." THV 11's Catherine Rowley has the story.
What Pediatrics Plus does is we provide occupational, physical, and speech therapy.
You can call him Darius the donkey, a four-legged friend bringing comfort to kids at a very special farm.
So one of the visions that we had when we first came up with the farm concept is to really provide functional life skills for children. So whether it's with the animals like Darius, or it's in our gardens or outside in the backyard, along with inside the farmhouse, there are just lots of functional activities that these children can work on.
Darius first stole hearts in Conway, where he lived along Tucker Creek on the Thompson family property. Neighbors would stop by to say hello, but after noise complaints, Darius's owners had to find him a new home, one with a different purpose.
And when we heard what a fantastic part of the Conway community he's been, how much joy he's brought to the community, we felt like it would be great to offer him a home here at the farm where he could continue to spread that joy and that hope to the children and families that we serve.
His owner says that this is the perfect place for Darius. Darius will be a part of therapy sessions, and staff say they hope his friendly personality will put big smiles on all the children and families at Pediatrics Plus.
Can I get a comment on how you're feeling about your new home?
Love it. He doesn't know a stranger. He walks up almost and greets everybody who comes to the trail, so he's very hospitable, and he's really, really, really good around kids.
Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin is suing Snapchat's parent company, accusing it of putting children at risk and misleading parents about the platform's safety features. Now, that may sound familiar, like deja vu. Well, it's because it's the second lawsuit against the tech giant this week. This one claims Snapchat is designed to keep young users hooked through features like Snapchat streaks and disappearing messages. Griffin says those tools contribute to problems ranging from anxiety and depression to online predators and sextortion schemes. Now, Roblox has tried to get ahead of the criticism, rolling out recent steps to keep young kids safe. Attorney General Tim Griffin wants to add Arkansas in cracking down and taking the tech giants to court. Now, I did get a chance to share what prompted Griffin to join the legal fight and how Roblox and Discord are responding.
For millions of kids, Roblox is a place to play, and Discord is where they connect with friends.
But Arkansas officials and Alexandra Walsh, who represents a law firm behind the civil suit, say behind those screens are dangers many parents never see.
Roblox has known that, in fact, this is a playground for predators, that it is an easy way for really dangerous people to get access to our kids.
Now the state is suing both companies, accusing Roblox and Discord of creating environments where kids can be exposed to predators, explicit material, and harmful online interactions.
Roblox calls itself the #1 gaming site for kids and teens, and it assures parents that it takes every precaution possible to protect children. That's false.
Attorney General Tim Griffin says the lawsuit focuses on protecting kids and holding companies accountable for the promises they make to parents.
They have had every opportunity to change it, to stop it, to do something about it, and they have refused to do that. Why? Because they're making a lot of money.
The complaint also alleges the companies marketed their platforms as safe for minors while failing to provide adequate safeguards and warnings.
Roblox quietly reports to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children thousands of reports of inappropriate, dangerous, predatory behavior.
Walsh, a partner at the law firm, Anna Paul Wise, says parents need to be careful when letting their kids play online.
That's a decision each parent has to make for themselves, but you need to educate yourselves and don't just listen to what Roblox and its executives have to say about the safety.
In a statement from Roblox, they say they launched a new age-based account and are constantly strengthening their user protections. A man living in Little Rock for years is back home after spending weeks in ICE custody. His attorney says agents arrested him in a case of mistaken identity after he showed up for a final meeting to get his green card. Now, Victor Manuel Hernandez Romo has a similar name to a man sought by immigration officials in Illinois. That man allegedly has a long criminal history, but Romo's lawyer says it still took weeks to get him out on bond and now give him a chance to clear his name.
There are a lot of mistakes happening right now that the government is overlooking, and it has real consequences for people who try to do the right thing.
In a statement from ICE, it says Romo's visa expired in 2000, violating the conditions of his admission. And due to a clerical error, he was processed under an incorrect name and has since been fixed. Now, his attorney says all of Romo's families are U.S. citizens and are here legally. A major search is underway in Venezuela as rescue crews from around the world work to save as many lives as possible. We have the latest coming up.